Hey guys, this is my honest review of the Canon EOS R. I love this thing, man. I'm a wedding videographer, and this has been my B cam for a while. I have a 1DX Mark II I run as my main cam, but I'm starting to switch to mirrorless cameras, and this camera has been a great introductory mirrorless camera for Canon. So I'm going to give you guys my pros, I'll give you guys my cons, and whether I think that this camera is still worth buying now. So my pros, it shoots 4K. I mean, most cameras nowadays do shoot in 4K, but some don't. So it does shoot in 4K, which is great. One of the biggest things with it being a mirrorless camera is that it's lightweight. A lot of my older cameras, like my 1DX Mark II, is a heavy, bulky kind of thing. So it being a mirrorless camera, it is definitely lightweight, and you can carry it around all day without your arm getting tired. Another one of the big pulls for me of why I love this camera is the swivel screen. Like my 1DX Mark II, the screen is just straight on the back. And with this being a wedding videographer where I'm running and gunning, I can get shots like a low angle, and I can tilt the screen up, and I can look at what I'm shooting without having to like look at it or have an external monitor. So the swivel screen is huge, and I love that about it. It also is touch screen. If you're going to focus on something, you can just touch what you want to focus on. So that's also hugely beneficial. The autofocus feature on the camera is also really, really great. You can do it to where you can set it to autofocus like in a specific spot. So say you want to focus on anything in the middle of the screen, you can do that. But you can also do face recognition autofocus, which is insane. So you just like click on someone's face, and anywhere that person moves on screen, it'll track that and make sure that that is always in focus. There's a couple cons, and I only found two that really was a big draw for me. So while I film a lot of weddings, I like to shoot in slow motion, and this camera in 4K only shoots up to 30 frames a second. You can shoot in 1080 at 60 frames a second, but for 4K, it only goes up to 30. But if you're doing other kind of work that involves way less slow motion work, this may be a great option for you. But for me, I like to use slow motion in my wedding film, so this one only does 30 frames a second in 4K. So I use this mainly as like to record the ceremony or toast or things like that that don't require that slow motion. And the other thing is that since this is a newer camera and it is mirrorless, all of the lenses are new for this. So all of my old lenses that I had for my 1DX Mark II, I would need an adapter to use them on this camera. But other than that, it's a great solid camera, man, especially for the price. Definitely grab one. They are great, great cameras.